GE. Content carried in here is suitable for general family viewing.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner?
This program is rated GE. Content carried in here is suitable for general family viewing.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering
This program is rated GE. Content carried in here is suitable for general family viewing.
Good evening and many thanks for joining us this amazing Saturday. This is quite interesting. As always, this is on the sports show, and every Saturday we put on some sports shoes because it's about to get sporty in the next 1 hour and 50 minutes or so. A lot of packed up session for you where we'll be talking about matter sports from football, athletics, rugby, and everything in between. And talking about some football action, today we have a big final in the Women's Senior CECAFA Championship that is currently underway in Tanzania, that is in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and Kenya and the host nation Tanzania will be playing in the finals today at 6 p.m. East African time. This is, remember, the last time these two teams met in the finals was in 2019, where Kenya won 2-0 in Dar es Salaam. So whether you are asking if it's possible for Kenya to beat Tanzania in their home turf, well, the answer is pretty clear. Remember, these two teams, up to this final, they are unbeaten, and neither of the teams has conceded any goal in this particular tournament. Well, Tanzania leads with 9 points, and of course Kenya follows closely with 9 points, but separated by goal difference. And Tanzania boost their very prolific and lethal striker in the name of Opa Clement. She plays for Simba Queens. She has 5 goals. She has actually scored 5 goals in 3 matches, while Kenya's, our very own, the front line of attack is led by Martha Omunyolet. She is a Vihiga Queens striker with 4 goals in the process. So these are very tough affairs between the two teams, and we're just waiting to see who will carry the crown, the 2025 Sekafa Women Senior Championship. That will be held, the finals that will be held in Dar es Salaam. Kenya will be eyeing, or rather will be hunting the title. This particular senior title, the Sekafa senior title, for the second time. They won it in 2019. And of course, Tanzania is the most successful nation as far as the titles are concerned. They have won it twice, and they will be eager to lift the title for 3rd time, given the fact that this particular championship is being played in their home turf, that is in Tanzania. And of course, they have really put up some quite amazing football, quite amazing team spirit, and of course, given the caliber of their team, you can only expect this is going to be a very fierce competition between these two teams. And we wish our ladies, that is our Harambee Starlets, the very best, even as they endeavor to lift this particular title for the 2nd time. They have been missing in action for since 2022. Remember, we had some issues with COVID-19. Then there is a time Kenya was banned by the FIFA due to ongoing wrangles that rocked the Football Kenya Federation here in the country. And by virtue of that, Kenya were actually locked out of this particular tournament. And it was their qualification match between Uganda, and eventually Uganda were given the ticket by virtue means of that suspension by the FIFA back then. When this particular, unthinkable act of football interference, and of course the leadership wrangles in the Football Kenya Federation, by then under the leadership of former Football Kenya Federation President Nick Mwendwa. Today is another amazing opportunity for the team to prove something very special that will actually prove that Kenya can dominate and challenge for this regional football championship that can anchor, or rather reflect, the global results when it comes to this very competitive action. Remember, 5 teams took part in this particular tournament. We had the host nation, Tanzania, Uganda, the former defending champions, Uganda, Kenya, and of course South Sudan and Burundi. Well, so that is what to expect in today's fixture that will be played this particular evening in Dar es Salaam, the final between Kenya and of course Tanzania, the host nation Tanzania, the record champions 2 times, and of course Kenya will be eyeing to equal that feat. And aside from that, we still have some football action. We are talking about football action today, rather this particular weekend, to be precise, tomorrow, the season finale in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League. Remember, you already have the champion. Kenya Police are the champions. They are just waiting for their last match between Gor. Either way, if they lose, they win, they've already secured the title. It's just a matter of wait and see. Before now, we can actually see the celebration. They can be officially crowned as the 2024-2025 champions. But the most interesting part of this particular fixtures that will be played tomorrow, the very last one of the 2024-2025 season, is the battle for relegation. I can tell you for sure at least 5 teams are at risk of either being promoted or actually being relegated, and this is where all eyes will be, the final of it all, as teams battle out for their soul to remain in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, the top tier. It's a very quite competitive affair there, and we just can't wait to see how the event will unfold tomorrow. And of course, later on I'll be giving you some fixtures of what to expect in this particular tournament. I mean, the last matches of the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, even as we prepare for the next season, because by all means the title is gone. Either you're fighting to salvage what is remain, and the most important battle will be the relegation battle. As far as the top three is concerned, well, that is done and dusted. The league leaders are the Kenya Police. Last week, it was their moment of either it's a do or die, and actually they finished the job with one match to spare. So either way, if Kenya Police, which they are very keen of actually ending the season on high alert. They'll be playing against Gor Mahia, the record champions, 20 times. And of course, either success for them, if they win, then they'll be winding up their season on a one of the most important things that you need to consider this time round. It's very important for the Kenya Police to actually beat Gor Mahia. This is a battle of, dominance and bragging rights. Either way, Gor will not want to see Kenya Police actually beating them on the final day, and of course walk all the way with the bragging rights. So this is a very, it's a tournament, or rather it's a match of, pride. So who has the bragging rights? At the end of the day, yes, you are the champions, the 2024-2025 champions, but when it comes to this particular fixture, it won't be handed easy to you. But Kenya Police, of course, they'll want to add some icing on the cake. If they really beat Gor Mahia, it will actually cement their title credentials and, of course, their pride as one of the most, or rather one of the upcoming dominant teams, and, of course, a force to reckon with. Remember, they said that they are here to stay, and this is just the beginning of, good things to come in the future, and, of course, even in the global football action. I'm talking about the CAF Championship, because the league leaders are the ones who actually represent the country in this continental championship, and next season they will carry Kenyan flag in this Africa continental football action, an equivalent version of CAF. That is what we used to see, or rather what is men will call UEFA Championship, but in Africa version it's CAF Championship, and we are waiting now to see between now who will represent the country in the second division of it, that is CAF Confederation Cup, and that normally the representative is the winner of the FKF Cup, or if you prefer the name FKF Bet Cup, so Betway Cup. So whoever will clinch that particular title will be the one who will represent the country in the second tier of the Africa most prestigious tournament, the equivalent version of Europa League. And that is all that you need to know about the last fixtures, and I'll be reading to you some of these fixtures so that you can see who will be playing against who in the very last game of the 2024-2025 season. That is something quite interesting. But still in matters football, but there is quite some sad observation. I remember Kenya was supposed to actually, 2 group matches were supposed to be played in Kenya. That is in Group A and Group D. I'm talking about now CHAN Championship, but unfortunately Kenya has been stripped the rights to host the Group D matches that will be now held in Zanzibar, and well, it's quite shaming, I can say that. And the pretty reason is the laid-back nature of proceedings in our country when it comes to implementing very simple rules. Remember, the ultimatum was just simple. Instruction was just simple. Make sure that your stadium, your infrastructure is up to par. That is the message that Kenya was actually given. And remember, this particular championship was postponed to August so that Kenya and of course alongside Uganda and Tanzania can have that ample time of finalizing on the missing links, some of the areas that they needed to improve on before now this tournament can officially kick off. Until then, it's a shame to see that Kenya actually being stripped the right to host Group D matches and now being taken to Zanzibar because of simple reason. It's shame on us as a country, and we really need to pull up our socks. However, on a good note, still Kenya will host this CHAN Championship. Group A matches will be played here in Kenya, and of course Kenya will actually host the finals of this CHAN Championship. So you can imagine now the curtain raiser, I mean the curtain will fall down, and Kenya will actually be the host, will be hosting the finals, and of course curtain raiser will be held in Tanzania. So for that one, tunaweza celebrate for that. And you can see now the beautiful photo of Kasarani Stadium, and we want more. Sijui kwa nini hatuwezi follow simple instructions. It's quite a shame to see that Group D matches now being taken to Zanzibar, something yenye ingetupatia pride, because Kenya is the only country yenye walipewa 2 group matches to be held in the country, Group A and D. Tanzania was given 1, Uganda 1, but now sasa Tanzania washapewa 2. Hiyo inaonyesha like Tanzania ndio wako serious ikikam kwa hizi mambo na infrastructure, na sisi Kenya bado kidogo tunalaza damu kiasi. So let this be a wake up call for Kenya, wa implement and of course wa iron out their issues whatever it is. Hatutaki kuona this kind of shame in the coming tournament. Remember, this is a litmus test if the country can indeed host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nation. A litmus test. Noma sana. Kizungu pia ni kubwa hapo, lakini ni important. Ni muhimu sana ikuwe mention to that so that you can know. Na mwanze kuuliza maswali bana, mbona huku nje tunauziwa hewa, tunaambiwa tuko up to par, tutamit deadline, mbona kitu kaa inafanyika? Why? Big question. Alright, so with that now, let me take you through some of the stories that will be forming the basis of our show and of course discussion. But before that, remember, in line with this, we have a very amazing guest who will be joining us later on. We want to have a very candid discussion about matters football. And when you see a successful club, what does it take to actually, form a club, run a club? We want to get into the nitty-gritties, all the details about running a club, and of course, especially in Kenya, the challenges and what can you actually achieve? What does it take? Does it require a lot of money, a lot of investment? Can you start from somewhere? Those are some of the conversations that we'll be having today, later on in our show. And of course, I have a very amazing guest who will be joining us later on, and of course, I'll be introducing them later on in our show, just to bring you up to speed with what to expect and how that particular conversation will be going down. Remember, we are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya, You can tweet us on all our social media platform. On X, you can tweet us on at KUTV_Kenya. You can personally tag me along at Auma Evans. The hashtag to use is on the spot. Now, let me now take you through some of the stories that will be forming the basis of our conversation today, our show, and we invite you to share in your thoughts and comments. You can talk to us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, our social media channels are open. We love to hear your thoughts and thoughts and comment in regard to our show today. Sorry, mazaya ni tabu. But it's a good day. Juu nimeenjoy to the extent that naona ni kama tushakafunga, kichwa inagonga tu usiku. Anyway, our show today, and of course quite amazing insight. Remember, our menu is just full, and leo ni kujienjoy tu. Leo ni kujienjoy. In as much as kuna a lot of things yenye inatuudhi sisi kama mafans wa sports, na to be precise football, but we have a million reasons to be happy. Hatuwezi allow anyone to take that happiness from us. Alright, so let's take a look at some of those stories that will be forming the basis of our show today. Right, so let's begin with matters football. Now, the football, or rather the curtain, will officially come down to the 2024-2025 Football Kenya Federation Premier League season. That is that those matches will be played on Sunday with 9 matches on the card, with at least 4 teams fighting to evade relegation battle in what will prove to be one of the most fierce competition that we'll witness as the season actually officially comes down. Now, the Football Kenya Federation fixtures, or rather the Football Kenya Federation Premier League champions, Police FC, will be hoping to wind up their 2024-2025 season on a high note when they take on Gor Mahia at Ulinzi Complex Stadium.
Imekuwa hii ni history because all the time tumekuwa NSL for around 6. I think first thing naweza sema imekuwa hii ni history because all the time tumekuwa NSL for around 6 to 7 years, na on the stage tukiwa tunatapanda tulisema one day one time tutachukua ligi, but hatukuwa tunajua itakuwa less than 4 years because kwa NSL tulikaa sana, but tulikuwa na ambition tukipanda tupande ligi, then tukue watu wa kutafuta ligi pia ya KPL kuchukua.
First of all, nashukuru Mungu. Najua tumekuwa na season ngumu sana, but I think sisi wenyewe ndo tunaweza kuwa ma tough opponent, and sisi wenyewe ndio tunafanya hii ligi kwa rahisi. I think tulivyokuja we had like 5 game in hand. I think we didn't take those games seriously, na tukaperform vibaya, but I think baada hapo we had a meeting wachezaji na tukaamua, and I think hiyo ndio tusaidia because before hata wakubwa wakuja manani we had our meeting si wenyewe.
Is the toughest season nimecheza kwa career yangu, because ukiangalia every team walikuwa na quality, hadi wenye wako pale chini na ndio bado ukiangalia hadi sasa bado hatujui bado teams gani zitashuka, na hata sisi tumewin 2 ligi recently, so ukiangalia ni ligi imeenda until to the wire.
So I found a good team, well established with good talent inside, but also with the officials who has the vision. So it was easy to understand each other, to push. But all in all, we prayed that it's God's blessing. So.
All right. So that was what we'll call a journey of a humble beginning. They have really come long way from the National Super League to the Kenya Premier League and eventually lifting the title. Well, that journey has been one that one will call a journey of uttermost fight, topped with, of course, a lot of financial investment. Because for you to win a very competitive league like the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, it calls for a lot of investment, a lot of belief, a lot of, commitment, hard work, and teamwork. That is the most important thing. So congratulations to Kenya Police for lifting the 2024-2025 title, and let it be just the beginning of new things. And isikwe tu you lift it for one season, then the next mnaanza kufumble, and the circle goes on. So tradition inabaki tu ya Gor na probably a team yenye metry, maybe Tusker FC. So we want to see this kind of challenge in the Kenya Premier League. It will actually serve as a motivation to other teams to wake up and believe that it's possible to win and challenge the status quo that we have witnessed for quite a while. The season imekwanga to either Gor or Tusker, but mostly Gor. But now having a team yenye imetoka from National Super League, wanakuja all the way waka challenge for title na wakashinda, well, that is now competition. Anyway, now still matters football. The 2025 Sekafa Senior Women's Championship has reached its climax with the Harambee Starlet set to face the host nation Tanzania in the finals of Sekafa Women Championship that will be held today at an Azam Complex Stadium in Tanzania.
We're here to rewrite history. We're here to make sure that we can even give a better performance than we gave in the last Sekafa in 2019. So we are preparing the girls and they're ready for every match. We've taken one match at a time, so one to go, and we're hoping for the best. It's a good win. It's not a very big win, but it's a good win. It's good for us that so far we have the maximum points, 9 out of 9. It's a good thing for us. I thank them that they gave their best, especially in the second half. In the first half, we didn't have so good energy, but in the second half, they showed up. It's football. You never know about the results, but we are preparing well. We are preparing for the last match, and we are hoping for the best. Our teams have improved very much. You can see there's good competition in Sekafa region, and I'm glad that women football is growing in Sekafa region. We hope that in the next Sekafa, maybe it should be soon or should be yearly, and we also hope to see other countries from the region participating.
Alright, now ni finali ya kukata na shoka, Waswahili wanasema hivyo. Two teams, very good teams with 9 points, unbeaten, and pia ni important kusema waja concede, na inaenda kuwa very amazing finals. Defending champions are out. Now the jury is out for either teams. I will say it can be in Kenya's favor or Tanzania, but either way, this is a very competitive affair. And in game of football, it's all about, tactics, and of course, kutry kuziba mienya read your opponent, kujua like which areas they can exploit. And of course, if the Kenyan side can actually do that, because football is a game of margin, most of the time it's the team that makes fewer mistakes. At the end of the day, one will carry the day, then the opponent can capitalize on those mistakes, and that's the difference. That's what it will boil down to, because these are two good teams with a lot of quality, and of course very experienced coaches, very experienced players, and of course each team wants to win this tournament. Kenya, of course, they are targeting this particular title for their second title. Of course, they are targeting it. Tanzania want to actually win it for a third time, and it's only Kenya that is standing on their way. And that match will be played at exactly 6 p.m. East African time. Lazima hiyo tufuatilie tujue kutaenda aje. Will Kenya replicate what they did in 2019, beating Tanzania at home 2-0? Or this time round, Tanzania will do what they did 2016 to Kenya. Of course, they won 2-1. Na sasa kila timu inataka tu kurevenge actually. So ni tuone tu nani ako sawa, tactics ya coach mgani itawaka at the end of the day, because these are very two good teams. Teams that scores a lot of goal in a single match, 4-0. It tells you that these are teams that has quite a lot of good players, and of course when you compare their caliber with their counterparts, it's fair to say when you do your comparison head, shoulder, well, it's a total. They tie by all means. The only thing that is separating these two teams is a goal difference. Either way, they top 9 points each, but separated by goal difference. All right, still matters football. Now the Football Kenya Federation conducted various referee training programs to gauge and of course to enhance the ability, or rather the officiating standards of the referees in the country, in terms of equipping them with tactical or other tactical skills that is required to man the Kenyan football. Now the training brought together referees from Premier League, National Super League, Division 1 and Division 2, with the aim of equipping them with the required skills in terms of theoretical and practical sessions covering the laws of the game, the referee signals, or rather the match control, and all areas as far as officiating competitive matches, and of course coupled with a lot of ethics for those tasked with the responsibility of officiating the Football Kenya Federation Premier League matches, the National Super League matches, in terms of both men and women, as well as Division 1 and Division 2 matches.
Guys, very fast.
When I see the young referees from the different leagues coming to our integrated, I feel very good, because I always pray if I had this opportunity when I was in a lower level, ningepata wa kuni-expire like these guys, how we are doing to them, ingekuwa very free for me to go to the higher league. Unlike as we normally struggle to get those opportunities, but now the space is so open to them to come and learn from us. And for me myself, I'm very happy for them, because inakuwa very easy to nurture those talents from beginning from those leagues and up to here to the elite referees.
Basically, this is an integrated training for referees, starting from KPL, NFL, Division 1, Division 2, up to the sub-branch level. So purpose of training, specifically, like, we want people to interact. So there are people in FIFA already, like, getting such a platform, inakusaidia like you interact with them, you get to know how they are training, how they officiate, what's their stronghold, like una get to learn. See, another thing inakusaidia in terms of fitness. like the first session inakwanga warm up. So unaweza kuja, then you see how we are warming up, how we are training. Then like the same session unaweza ziangalia, then you go and train.
Muhimu yake ni first of all fitness, kwa fiti, na pia kukua concurrently na sheria zenye ziko mpya sasa hivi. Inatusaidia sana kwa sababu tunapata vitu tunafundishwa sasa hivi ndio zinafanyika mpaka international. So tukitoka hapa leo, kitu kitafanyika kwa game kama ya club championship tuseme, tayari at least tutakuwa na knowledge, tutakuwa tumepata knowledge hapo. Na mimi waambiaga hawa young referees, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
All right, so it's important to equip our referees there with technical skills and of course endurance test to make sure that when they officiate the matches in the country, of course they are up to par with the required skills and of course information required to make sure that they do their officiating in a manner that is up to standard as far as the FIFA standards is concerned. And of course, as you can see, in the country we only have, in terms of women referees, we only have 2 which are approved and satisfied with the FIFA standards, and that tells you the kind of gap that we lack when it comes to that area and what we actually need to do, and the importance of such training when it comes to equipping our referees with the technical skills and of course extra abilities just to man the game, because they are very integral part of game, and most of the times it's either they can decide to actually officiate in a good manner or even spoil the game. So they're very integral people, very key stakeholders when it comes to these matches. All right, now let's switch gears to other stories. Now, Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes and Liverpool's forward Mohamed Salah are among the 6 nominees for the Professional Footballers Association Players, the Player of the Year award. Now, Salah, who has already bagged Premier League Player of the Season award, is aiming to win the award for a record-breaking 3rd time. Among those nominated for the award include Newcastle United forward Alexander Isak, Chelsea player maker Cole Palmer, and Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice. The winner of the award will be announced on the 19th of August at a ceremony in Manchester. Alright, sasa ndo wale wabaya. Wale wenye last season walikuwa na shine vibaya sana. Unfortunately, kama your player hayuko hapo, well, it means that you need to pull up your socks. Chelsea wako hapo, unaona Cole Palmer, and by the way pia the new signing anaitwaje, Liam Delap are among the 6 players nominated for that. Liverpool, they have 2, Mohamed Salah and of course McAllister. They are another player that is nominated there for that prestigious award. Remember, Mohamed Salah won the Premier League Player of the Season award, and of course are in a very good position to bagging this one round still for a 3rd time. It's fair to say amekuwa na very amazing season. Same case to Cole Palmer, which tunaweza taka sana pia abebe to break the circle, the monotony. Ukibeba the Premier League Player of the Season, hiyo ingine pia wachia wenzako. Isikuwe tu ni kama Premier League ni yako wewe peke yako, ni wewe ndio ulikuwa hard working player in the field. Of course tunaweza distribute this in the spirit of togetherness. Alright, now to some rather disturbing story. This one I'm reading, but kidogo I'm troubled. Now Chelsea suffered their first defeat in the FIFA Club World Cup after suffering 3-1 defeat in the hands of Brazilian-based outfit Flamengo at Lincoln Financial Field in the United States of America. The Blues led through Pedro Neto but conceded twice and lost Jackson to a red card in a disastrous 6-minute spell after halftime, with Bruno Henrique and Danilo allowed the Brazilian team to take the lead before Wallace Jan added the third goal. Enzo Maresca's side will have to win their last Group D match against ES Tunis to rekindle their chances of progressing to the round of 16. Alright, kupigwa ni kawaida, ni mambo ya dunia. Ni football. Sasa na si ati tumetoka, bado tuko na game ingine ya kujiprove. So ni normal. Football, it happens by the way guys. Lakini kulikuwa na red card. Nicholas Jackson was sent immediately after ameingia tu hivi. So it's okay. Let's move on. Now, English Premier League champions Liverpool have acquired the services of Germany player maker Florian Wirtz from Bayern Leverkusen for a club record fee of £116 million. The 22-year-old has signed a long-term deal with the Reds, understood to be a 5-year contract which will keep him on the Merseyside until at least 2030. Wirtz, who scored 57 goals in 197 Leverkusen appearances, is Liverpool's second major signing of the summer and the club's second from Bundesliga runners-up following the arrivals of Dutch right-back Jeremy Frimpong for £29.5 million. Right, Liverpool nayo imeanza kututishia mapema. Wirtz, that is a club record fee, £116 million for a player. And this is a good player. When you look at his statistics, this is a player that can really, if indeed akikuja England na adapt to the system, then Liverpool can be a force to reckon with. This time round they mean business. Last season watu walikuwa like kwani Liverpool wafanyi signings, but to many people surprised, they marched all the way and they won the league. This time round, imagine with the kind of reinforcement that they are adding to their squad, it can tell you that they don't just want to win the league, they want to even dominate Europe. I'm talking about now Champions League. And Jurgen Klopp really rejuvenated Liverpool. ever since the time he took the mantle of leadership at Liverpool back then in 2015. This is a team that in many terms we'll call it a sleeping giant. What he did, he triggered the giant, and of course wakaamua kuamka. Ever since wamekuwa dominant force competing with the likes of Manchester City. There is a time they won the league after many years of actually trying this. It was a trial and error, coming so close but falling short. Waka win the league, which was very important and very instrumental to them. Wakaenda all the way, waka add another Champions League on that, what we'll call a very successful season under the leadership of Jurgen Klopp. Then after I may decide to part ways with Liverpool, then most cases many people will expect, unless labda wewe ni Antonio Conte, unakuja first season in charge, una win league. Well, many thought that Liverpool will struggle, but unfortunately or fortunately for the supporters of Liverpool, that's good news. For others, probably hapo ndo tunaweza sema unfortunately Liverpool went all the way and they lifted the title. So this time round, probably what they're trying to do is just to make sure that even next season they can go a step further and defend this particular title. There is a time that City defended it for 3 times. Many thought that it's not possible, especially in England, but they proved doubters wrong. So Liverpool can actually do the same. They can eye for a double. They can go for a Premier League and of course Champions League, and that is what they're trying to do. With this quality of players that they are bringing in, they are very busy in the transfer market, buying players, players that when you look at their statistics, these are good players. And well, we'll just wait to see how the season, the 2025-2026 season will look for them. Many people are just eager. I personally am very eager to see these new signings. What will they do? We have seen big money moves, but at the end of the day, they end up not living up to the expectations. And of course, in terms of signings, we have even Barcelona now, are very busy in the transfer market. Barcelona, so far, the confirmed deal is Juan Garcia from Espanyol. So he has been acquired for 25 million euros. Remember, this is a goalkeeper. Barcelona have really been searching for a #1 goalkeeper in regard to this. Now, of course, I'm assigned a long contract of a 6-year deal in regard to that. Another team that is really serious and busy in the transfer market, we have Tottenham. Tulikuwa tunasema like kama last season yenye imeisha tu, probably wangeongeza tu with 5 matches, 2 teams wangeenda relegation.
Are you ready to take charge of your health? Welcome to Focus on Health, your weekly guide to staying informed and living better. Join me every week as I sit down with trusted medical experts.
Gynecology is basically a field concerned with mainly the female genitalia.
Explore real-life stories
During when the patient come in,
and bring you updates and tips that are beneficial to your health. Because health isn't just important, it is everything. Tune in to Focus on Health every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. I'm your host, Kandia Marian, and I'll see you then. Na uso wa jamii, kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mukwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups
by providing the right facilities.
Ungana nami Malkia wa Taarab katika mitindo ya kipwani hapa KUTV. Yaani tunapozungumzia mitindo ya kipwani basi unaona napigwa na mawimbi makali sana ya baharini kutoka katika ufuo wa hoteli moja inayofahamika kama North Coast Beach Hotel, ambao ndio wadhamini wa kipindi hiki cha mitindo ya kipwani. Penzi mtazamaji, kwenye mitindo ya kipwani hutakosa kupata mapishi ya vyakula vya kipwani. Yaani hapa tunazungumzia vyakula vilivyokolezwa na kukorombezwa. Iliki, karafuu, abdalasini, samaki wa baharini, vyakula vilivyopikwa na kusukwa kwa kutumia nazi. Bila kusahau mazungumzo ya moja kwa moja, mazungumzo ya kusisimua na wataalam tofauti, waandishi wa vitabu waliobobea, watunzi wa kuhani mashairi. Bila kusahau mpenzi mtazamaji, taratibu zetu za taarabu na chakacha. Yaani pale ni pale ambapo viuno vya wanawake vinazungushwa kisawasawa kama boy za trekta ndani ya KUTV mitindo ya kipwani. Ukiwa nami na hodha wako Waridi Tamu. Usiyakose matamu jamani.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu, jibarikiwe na Mungu, iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta
yanayokukumba. Tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri. Ukweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline Kimwele.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The Bible says, when he spoke, then he spoke a parable to them. that men always ought to pray and not lose heart.
Christ says, I stand in the door and I knock. Whoever hears my voice and opens, I will dwell with him.
Like the moon, I will fade, but like the star, I will rise again. And though I fall, be rest assured that I will rise again.
Go to the hospitals, tell them that God will heal them. Go to the prisons, tell them that they'll be free. Go to the crusades and tell people that Christ is coming, and sooner than the word itself, the second advent is imminent.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli. Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
In a world where uncertainty rules and opportunities are scarce, it's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, business strategies, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako na kataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, what you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, Anyango Sylvia, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle.
On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of but not limited to dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there is also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they are very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Bajuka ni kama unarusha mikono, tingisha kichwa chuko usivute kisogo. Mbona nyinyi na wawasha nkikula nyama choma tu firifiri na give me your hand and shoulder. I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking diner. Tell them twerking. Pull up the lambas I work so hard, you know I don't want no stress. I don't get time to impress. Call that girl with a lovely dress. Yeah. Bajuka ni kama unarusha mikono, tingisha kichwa chuko usivute kisogo. Mbona nyinyi na wawasha nkikula nyama choma tu firifiri na give me your hand and shoulder. Niko na pesa kushinda babako. Kasikia vibaya uko kwenye kasikia vibaya. I want to flex my love. Nimeachwa kiti na maswa.
Right, welcome back to our second segment of On the Sports Show, and we want to have a very amazing conversation, but before that, remember you can keep on talking to us on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. You can also tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Auma Events, the hashtag to use on the spot. And of course, our question of the day is in regard to the what we are expecting to be a very competitive final between Kenya and of course Tanzania. So we are asking Kenya or Tanzania, who do you think will reign supreme in the women senior CECAFA championship finals that will be played today? We'll love to hear your thoughts and view in regard to this, and we'll be sure to sample all of your feedback during and at the tail end of our show today. So keep talking to us on all of our social media platforms. We welcome your contribution, and on that spirit, we want to have a very amazing discussion. Today we are all talking about matters football, and we want to know what it takes to actually form a club, run a club. Does it require a lot of investment, a lot of money? What does it entail? And who can actually run a club? And the laid down procedure and the journey. That is the most important part that I want to actually focus on. And on set, I have two amazing gentlemen. One is the chairperson or chairman of this amazing club, Megastar FC, that was formed or rather established in 2023. A team that is trying to make inroad into the very top, of which that is, I believe, is the dream of any football club, to make it to the very top of the Football Kenya Federation, the top tier league. But that journey must start at somewhere, and that is what you want to know, the journey so far and their projection, of course, what they expect. Maybe in 5 years' time, what is their plan for this amazing club? That is chairman, let me call him Mr. Eugene Okello, and of course, alongside captain, captain, kwanza tutaanza na wewe. Jintroduce kwanza Mr. Captain.
Thank you very much. My name is Nelson Shikote, the captain Megastars.
Yes, Nelson Shikote. Hiyo jina ndo nilikuwa naitafuta. Ilikuwa imenitoka. And of course, this is the guy. Huyu ndo msoma dola. Nikitaka kukua sawa, mambo yangu ikuwe sawa, this is the man.
Yeye ndo natafuta.
Chairman. Mambo vipi? Unajua, especially when you see young people and wao ni club owner, well, first of all unakuwa like, how is it possible, and how does it actually take to establish a club? So this is two questions, but first nataka to bring to where we are today. Hii club ilianzishwa lini na lengo gani na iliwezekana aje?
Thank you very much. So I'm Eugene Okello, chairman Megastars FC. First, as we have said, that having a team and running a team, this is something that is driven by passion first, because you can have the resources. Unaweza kuwa na pesa mingi, just like in other business. Huwezi fungua biashara ni hauna interest with it. Ni kweli, you must have at least, even kama si in-depth knowledge, but at least you have some light knowledge on how things are run. So that interest in football, because kurun team lazima ukue unapenda mpira. Si kweli, huwezi fanya kitu yenye upendi. Na pia lazima pia ukue na ile na watu ambao wanakuzunguka and they are willing to work with you, because it's not a one man effort peke yake. So ukikuwa na watu ambao wanakuzunguka na ni wazuri, wanapenda mpira and they are willing to grow with you, ambao kuna ile long term vision, because football is an investment. Na wewe sema utapanda leo na uvune immediately. Lazima in your initial years you must have a lot of efforts, a lot of sacrifices, more so financially, and sustain the team until now, when in the years to come you can now reap what you have been sowing. Yeah. So as Megastars, which was formed 2 years ago in 2023, it was an association of students who study in KU and coming from Kakamega specifically, because we were initially called Kakusa FC. Kakusa means Kakamega KU Students Association. So by that time I was the chairperson of that association. Now it was part of my legacy as a chairman of the association that watu wa kwetu wanapenda mpira, wacha to renew. Si hata alianzisha kitu kilikuwa exist but it was dormant. Sema let us renew. Little did I know that it's going to be something big, because ile time nilikuwa naanza ilikuwa tu the way unaserve unasema wacha nikiserve, wacha iwe part of my legacy, ili ingetoka kwa ofisi mtu mwingine endeleze. But now the moment I stepped my foot inside it, that when I had a broader picture, because by the time I was a second year in KU, na nilikuwa naangalia, naona watu wana train school team, watu wamejazana, wako wengi sana, na nasema hawa watu wote wanaenda huku na hawatapata namba wote. So kuna wale ambao watachujwa. Na maisha ati ni wabaya sana. wanachuja, but at least they are average. So I said now that KU has a larger population of students and of course players, let me take advantage of those that may not manage to fit in the main school team. We gather them together and form a football team. So that relation was just the root of the team, but later on wakati tulianza kuona tukitaka kugrow vizuri, let's look away of accommodating everyone. That's now where we changed the name from Kakusa to Megastars FC, at least which was derived from the word, from the name Kakamega, at least to preserve the root. So currently is a team ambayo inacheza in the regional league in the Central region. This is our second season in the competitive football. Our first season tulicheza in the Nairobi sub-county league just a year after being formed. Then tukahama Nairobi because Nairobi league ilikuwa inaanza from February to August. So with most of our players being KU students, we saw it twice. Wacha tukuja penye ligi inaanza from October to around June, July hapo hivyo. That's why Central region became a better optionalist to align with the university calendar.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Captain, I believe like you're one of the pioneers, I'll say pioneer players. So far, 2 years down the line, safari ya team imekuwaje?
Tumetembea vizuri because vile tulianza, as he said, tulianza kama Kakusa. For us to form a team, we started from competing internally from KU. Now there are a lot of teams here at KU, street teams, ziko nyingi sana. So we started by competing in those internal league, and we used to compete well until that time. I remember we also won the Kakusa. We won as the club of the year in the speakers award. Yeah, so at least tulianza huko tukisonga. The journey has been good. Tumemove from all the way from the Nairobi sub-county league. At least we tried our best. Tulijaribu kuona at least hii league inakaje, because some of us maybe it was our first time or others were playing for the second time, but it was a nice experience. We really tried our best in the
alafu unaweza karibisha mic kwa kusikia vizuri. Point ni muhimu.
Yeah, we really tried our best uko sub county. I think majority of us, it was our first time to compete in the competitive football, as the CEO said. Na tulijikaza. We finished position 5, so we really tried our best. I remember that time majority of us, I was in second year by then, so tulikuwa na 4 years of which they went, and I can say maybe I'm the oldest in the team. I was there since it started. So after competing kwa sub county, tuko na hatuwezi kaa nyumbani all this while for all this month, tuko tu tuna train, we are not doing anything juu tunangoja ligi ya Nairobi irudi. So wakatafuta option ya kwenda the Kiambu Central Regional League. So from there tukaingia league. I can say for the first 2 games tuliwin, yana tukaona at least tunaweza. The league continued, things happened, tukacheza game, ligi ika break for some time, tukarudi. So by the time tunarudi tulika for almost only 2 months, na players were breaking for the long holiday. So now that period of transition from long holiday to now ndio ili derail kidogo, performance ikarudi chini. That's why up to now napata bado tuna push, tunatoka huku chini ndio tuone tujaribu kumove
ndo mpande juu.
Yeah, so my players walienda nyumbani, tukabaki we had to start afresh.
Okay.
So signing new players ndio tena to gel, tuanze kucheza ligi, ili take time. So ulipata timu tulikuwa tunapatana nazo hapo ndio to win. Kidogo ilikuwa inasumbua.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Chairman,
yes,
let's now talk about the process of now registering a team like this, because it's no longer now a community. It's about this is a team that can accommodate each player as long as you have the talent and of course you meet the standard yenye nyinyi mnataka kama a team. But the process kuijenga, and of course registration mpaka sasa mseme like we have a team Megastar FC recognized, and of course inaweza cheza Football Kenya Federation Central Region Zone B matches. That is quite huge. So what does it take, the process to actually, you know, form the team like this? Does it require money? You know, what is it?
To play in the FKF leagues, I think you just need to be more so in the grassroots leagues. That's sub-county, county, where mali ambapo tulianzia. First, I think you just need to be organized, right? Present yourself to FKF, seme sisi tuko na team hapa, tuko na wachezaji. We needed to provide players 30 maximum. Na useme we are ready to play in the leagues. I remember then SG wakati kwa tunakuja Central Region atuliza na muta sustain. Actually, I think that was the first question aliniuliza. Because tumetoka sub county, and the first question alikuwa, do we have the financial muscle to sustain? So meaning also, you also need some financial support because kutembea, because our zone inakava Kiambu County, so to walk along Kiambu County, of course need some resources, which I think it's something ambayo wengi sana huwa wanashindwa, because teams zimejaa sana, teams za grassroots zimejaa sana, na they just play tournaments peke yake pata. So to play in FKF hakuna most grassroots, hakuna ile formal registration ati lazima uende officially and register. You just need to be organized, present yourself to FKF, and if you have the players and you can now fund the team ama resource for the team, you can now go on and play. So italingana na ile level unataka kuanzia. Sisi tulianza na sub county, which is now the lowest tier in the football structure of the country. Kama mnaona mnatosha mboga mnaanza na county ama regional, is now depends with the strength of your team. Yeah.
And talking about, you know, funding the operation of the team, that is something. So how do you fund the operation of the team? Because like you clearly put it, it requires a lot of travel, moving from your best here, Nairobi County, and of course you're playing in Kiambu County. So you have to move from, you know, one venue to another depending on where the matches will be played. So this operation, how do you fund them, and where do you source for your money for this?
I can say God has been on our side, because just 1 year after we formed the team, God opened ways, and we managed to land a sponsorship from SportPesa. It's a 3-year sponsorship that we got, and I really want to thank God for that, because the steps that we made as a team, it has been of the impact that the sponsorship has done. It's almost 80% of the financing of the operations is from that, because there was an initiative that was being launched by then called Tujiamini, whereby they're sponsoring grassroots teams per region. So that is our main financial source. And maybe just to add on what maybe my executive can maybe put on the table to add on what SportPesa gives us. Yeah.
And of course I'm interested on what Nini, the executive, what you can put on the table, other than of course SportPesa, of which tutaki kudwell huko sana, the individual, you know, strings that you guys pull, because at the end of the day it boils down to individual way of how you can operate and finance the operation of the club, in terms of sourcing from you know, suitable venues, travel logistics, because the message is, it is what can the other clubs borrow from you, or someone who has the same vision kama wewe but anashindwa like, where do I start?
I think, as I said in my introduction, you need to have people who are visionary first. You can be the chairman of a team, right? But the moment you have, let's say, the secretary, the team manager, or maybe any other executive that has a long-term goodwill ya team, team itasambaratika. So mwanzo ni kuwa na wale watu wako na goodwill. Someone mwenye akipata 500 anza sacrifice 100 au 200 na isimume sana, because yeye anaona the long term vision. So mwanzo ni kuassemble watu ambao wanaona mbele, they are seeing far. Na watu wenye kuuliza in 5 years time wataka team iko wapi, watasema without self interest. Then from there you gather, I can say like minded people wenye wanapenda mipira, because always sema ati tunangojea ukue millionaire ndio waanzishe team. Really, I think it's just good to start, then from there we have friends, because there's no way ukipata positive results, mtu anaona una make progress, then you approach someone and say kidogo tunaenda game kidogo na hapa hivi ni kama nimelemewa, na umueleze the vision. Because hata mimi ile time huwa napata our staff ambao tunafanya nao the technical bench nini, I think the key ambayo huwa na share now is the vision. Mtu akikuja anataka tufanye kazi na yeye, I usually sell the vision first than the monetary gains.
Okay.
So kishaselia mtu vision ya team, ata sacrifice kufanya kazi na wewe and even using his own resources. Coach akikuja badala the first discussion kuwa utakuwa unanipea ngapi tukiwin game ama nitakuwa na sotiwa aje, first muze ile vision ya team. Wacha aone uni jamaa mwenye in 2-3 years time team anataka ikuwe Div1 ama NSL. So yeye kishaona hiyo vision, anajua hapa hivi mambo kivana, si ndio utakuwa hapo hivyo tuna control maneno.
Okay.
See, so I think it's having like-minded people on board first, then from there people who are willing to sacrifice whatever resource they can. And also it's good to capitalize on the friends that you have. Mimi nikijua unapenda kitu fulani, I'll support you. Yeah.
Sasa tuongee about the team perspective. From captain's point of view, this is a team, the way Mr. Chairman mwenye anaisema, it calls for passion, dedication, and it's not about what you gain at this particular point. It's how can you help the team with a plan of your eyes on the big goal. Of course, maybe probably after 2 to 3 years, the team maybe inaweza kuwa somewhere now, the rewards yanze kukuja. But for the players who are joining you, how do they embrace the system when you make in place? Do they come with the mentality of, this is our team, let's embrace it, let's build it, you know, that with the hope that probably tomorrow the future will be bright? When I embrace the team philosophy and the structure in place.
What I can say ni, for the players who are in, we start with those wenye tuko nao kwanza. So wenye tuko nao, they love the team. They are here because they love megastars. Na majority of them are here because they know the team is giving them a platform to showcase their talent, right? So they are playing for passion, not for money at first. So when they are playing, they know we are playing for our team. In a team yetu, we are playing for it. So even if we bring in new players, and the mentality of the rest of the players is that we are playing for passion and because we love the team, they will also have the same mentality, because you cannot come to a place and start thinking otherwise. So wakikuja wapate tume agree we are doing this, we are playing for the sake of the team. Yeye hawezi kuja akisema nakuja juu nataka kucheza, nataka nikuwe nalipwa. I guess we have had some who came in, told us, I know for me to play for you, you have to do this and this for me. And for me, what I usually do, I usually just tell them it's okay, and I send them to the CEO. And of course, the CEO will bring them back to the team. So they'll come train with us. If they think they can suit and play for us, well and good. But if they see it in a way that at least we must have money for us to play for this team, then unfortunately, it means they do not have passion for the team. And another good thing is that a majority of these teams around, they are not that financially stable, so they are not paying their players. So if you come here and we have some little token of appreciation, at least you will know that at least I'm appreciated. Yeah.
All right. And Chairman, well, it's that you have a very supportive players and team based on that. And for those that are joining you from the first time,
Yes. Talk to me about the vision, the plan in the coming years.
We have a documented vision, written down, is a blueprint that I personally always use it. I always share with my technical bench, and I tell them that we are here for a journey, and we want to make progress. We don't want to be that team that for years and years you are in just one level stuck, you know, because most grassroots teams, they play in the regional league, let's say for 5 years, wasonge div 2 wakae miaka zingine 5. Some point I understand kuna ile aspect ya financial yenye ina affect teams zingine, but again pia that vision is very very key. I personally I always envision that is always my target. By the time Kenya attains Vision 2030, it's also my view that by 2030 we'll be in the top tier league, the Kenya Premier League, and that is something that is very very practicable, basing on the level that we are, and we hope that our results will keep on being positive game after game, so that the next league in the next season we move to the next level again as we proceed until towards we attain the top level. That is our main goal that we want. So this time we are still fighting for promotion to the next level. Then from there we again fight as we proceed until we now attain the top tier level, which in my view I'm very hopeful and positive that by 2030 we're going to be the Kenya Premier League.
2030.
By 2030.
So it's 2025.
That's roughly 4 seasons from now.
4 seasons from now.
Yes.
Captain, performance ya team iko aje? Because for the vision 2030. For that 2030 mkue pale nyindo, masikia tumesoma story ya Kenya Police.
Yes,
yeah. Walitoka somewhere, wamekuwa kifight for a journey, si ndio? So inamaanisha penye mko amfai kukaa, mnafaa mnapanda, mkipanda ndio mpate hiyo promotion, na hapo pia kuna challenges kidogo hapa na there, but let's now talk about now. Kwa ligi mko aje, mko wapi, na do you think the target yenye set, is it a realistic one? Can you guys achieve it?
Kwa ligi hatuko vibaya. Just like I said, tukianza kuna time my players reshuffle. So people went home. Now we had to sign other new players. I think hiyo ndio time tulikuwa na shida nyingi sana, because you know ndio tucheze kama teammates, we have to train together, do nafujue movement ya huyu, nikicheza hivi huyu anacheza hivi, but na hiyo time ilifika tukapata like almost everybody ni mgeni. For example, if you come right now, I think we are only 4 wenye tumekuwa since the start of this regional league. So my players walikuja wageni. I think hiyo ndio time tulikuwa na shida kidogo, but saizi we are doing good. Right now we are at number 10, and the gap between us and now watu wako juu yetu si points nyingi. Because for example, the mtu wako juu yetu ako na 39 points, then 40, then 41. And the good thing about it is huyo mwenye ako na 41 ndio mwenye tunacheza naye Sunday. So if we win, then it means we'll be rising up. Right now we are not focusing on I don't know how it will happen, but we just want to win our matches. The remaining games, let's just win our games and see what happens. If then we shall be promoted this season, well and good. But if it will not happen this season, I'm sure next season we must be promoted.
Amen.
Because whatever we are doing right now, next season tutakuwa kila kitu itakuwa sambamba. Yeah, watu kuenda watu kurudi tutakuwa pamoja all along. Yeah.
And about watu kuenda watu kurudi, because your team basically your players mostly they are from the university, right? And stage yenye mnaenda, maybe you might be forced now to change tactics. So in the event that probably, God willing, mkuwe promoted to another division, and of course this one maybe the calendar is not favorable to the university calendar. So is it something that shall cross your mind that at some point you'll have now to be forced to change tack and even probably think about, you know, a bigger vision for your team? Because this is, I think it will be one of the challenges in the near future you'll have to actually tackle.
So this has been a recurring challenge. We faced it in our first season. But the good thing is that we learned from that, because if you see the effects that it had in the first season compared to this season, I think there's an improvement, because in our debut season in the FKF League, I think we were almost everyone alienda. And I don't think I don't see mbona siku so that, but you really to hit sana mara kwanza. So easy, as much as people transited to long holiday whatever, because majority are KU students, the players, at least tulikuwa tumejipanga kidogo. We had a backup. As the captain stated initially, we have 61 to be specific, registered players. So we get, as much as ulikuwa na wale ambao walitransit wakaenda nyumbani, ulikuwa na wale ambao walikuwa wanabaki around, then kuna wale ambao sio wa KU. I think actually hizi tulikuwa tukiongea na coach, aanze kuangalia venye tutaanza ku-adapt, because now you know we can't depend on KU forever. KU watu wanakuja, wanamaliza shule, wanagraduate. So slowly by slowly we need to be graduating and trying to be open to everyone. So what I can assure you, ile mambo ya transition, I don't think it will affect us next season, because we have learned from that the past 2 seasons and the coaches are aware of it. Na wakati ana sign players time ya pre-season, there's something ambayo ana factor in. I don't think it will be a big effect in subsequent seasons.
All right. And let's talk about now your proudest moments. And I think, I don't know if my director can actually show us that particular picture that you guys mulikuwa fixed in it as a team. Even as we talk about you know, what we call teamwork and the composed you know, teamwork system of mechanism. When you look back, sometimes probably unaweza kuwa tu maybe relax na una meditate to some extent, and now that your vision, your picture, team picture, something yenye probably at one point I dream of having it, and now that is the team. What is some of the proudest moment for you as a player when you reflect on the journey penye mmetoka paka mko hapa sahi? Unasema like the proudest moment in your life imekuwa gani? At what point?
That day we won the RTF tournament. I think it was one of the best moments we have ever had in this team, because we went there, we started on a very low note with a draw, but we managed, and we were the champions of that RTF tournament, and we have been two consecutive times champion of RTF. I think it's one of the best moments we have had as a team. And I guess maybe that day we went to Dandora Stadium to play in that stadium. At least we went there, we were very happy, by the way. Yeah, we went to the stadium, we saw how people play there, we also played there. We enjoyed and played on some of our soft pitch, supposed to either to the mawe zenye tumezoea. I think it's one of our best moments.
Yeah. And Mr. Chairman, we look back on the journey, probably unaweza sema ni, what can you say has been one of your proudest moment, given the fact that when you look back at the journey penye mmetoka paka sahi, ni nini unakaa hivi una feel like wow, in as much as we are not there, but at least this one tumeachieve it?
Think mimi sita base kwanza kwa uwanja kama captain. Ile moment ambayo nakumbuka ambayo nilifurahia sana.
Mhm.
Ile wakati ambao nilijiona kwa fixture kwa mara ya kwanza. That's tukiwa in the sub county league. I saw that I've now set a foot in something that I need to fight for it. I felt so very much motivated to see that the dream that I had finally is coming to pass. So every now and then, every match ambayo inachezwa, then we record a win. Seeing the boys struggle, sweating, and giving us a win. Every win for me. And also, just to mention, apart from every wins that we make, also the time when we were lucky to get our sponsor, I felt so much relief, and I saw now that this is a dream come true. Yeah.
And talking about your fixtures, I can see kwa table team perform vibaya, mko somewhere there, and this is a reflection and of course of commitment yenye mmeput, and ukijiona pia kwa table mko somewhere number 10, mko in a very competitive league like this, and si ati nyinyi mainstay, and mmekuja tu alafu mna try ku challenge the status quo. Does it actually tell something? Does it send a message to you, you know, the players, because as young players when mnajituma pale with a lot of commitment, mnajituma because you know like mnataka hii team iko somewhere, ndo mkilook back unasema sisi kama pioneers, but pia the way you put it, tumeenda Dandora Stadium, umefeel the atmosphere, uko like wow, one day ningependa kucheza hapa. Pia ukijiona kwa ligi na unaona uko so close to achieving what you want, moving to the next step, how does it, you know, feel at that moment kwa nyinyi, from captain point of view, which I believe ni reflection pia players, how does it feel?
Hata ukipatana na players waulize how do you think you are kwa league, watakwambia bado. Personally I feel bado, but I'm sure we shall not finish that position 10. That's what I'm sure. So we are bado hatujafika kwenye tunataka. So we shall just keep pushing juu kila mtu anataka at least kucheza huko kwa KPL siku moja. Na hatuwezi amka tu leo na tujipate huko. Ma tujitume. So we are still competing, and can say we shall surely reach there. We shall reach there.
In 5 years to come, Megastar FC tione wapi? Itakuwa imegonga the Star ama what's your projection?
5 years from now it is 2030, which I say as Kenya Eyes Vision 2030. Megastar is eyeing to be in the top tier. That's the FKF Premier League by then. And it's good now that they are trying to restructure the FKF structure. If it's approved, meaning we all have 3 steps. If they abolish Div 2, we have Div 1, we have the Super League, then KPL. So in 5 years' time, I can confidently say that we're going to be the Kenya Premier League.
The Kenya Premier League.
Yes.
And which is quite amazing. Itakuwa very itakuwa an achievement for you guys. And talk to me about now what we call sustainability. You know, we have seen many clubs yenye imeanza with a lot of morale, vile tu umeisema hapa, passion, but at the end of the day, you know, ukianza safari, it's maintaining the journey. So how will this club be different from the rest yenye tumeona imeanza, but somewhere along the way, either because maybe of the challenges and you encounter along the way, but something to happen along the way. So nyinyi, in terms of sustainability and of course overcoming these challenges, how different will you be from the rest?
That's good. It's so unfortunate that the dreams of young people was nazimwa because you are funding a team. Jana ko talented sana na kwa bahati mbaya kwa sababu team haiwezi jisustain, dream yake nazimwa. It's my prayer that we don't find ourselves in that situation. So what we are currently doing, because personally I'm still seeking for more partners day and night. sijachoka baada ya kupata hii ambayo tuko nayo. So mine as the chairman, I'm still seeking more partners day and night, and I believe that our performance itakuwa very key determinant in getting people who are going to support the team. We are also trying as a club to have our own self-generating incomes, whereby we try to sell merchandise kidogo, the jerseys and some other merchandise. At least ile kidogo ambayo itapatikana inasaidia ku run team. So hatutalala tukisema tuacha tu tungojee, because sponsorship tutakuwa nayo leo na kesho yanguke. So first tuna try to have our own selling of merchandise ya team, then tunazidi kutafuta more other partners who are willing to come on board. Na pia I can say we just try to share with our friends. For example, nikipatana nawe hapa hivi, I share the vision with you. Ukiguzwa tunatembea safari pamoja. I'm very much willing to partner with anyone ambaye ako willing to walk this journey with me. You know, I'm still a young person. The management of the team is very, very young. But so we don't know everything. So ile advice ambayo tunapata pia kwa wakubwa wetu, we are ready to listen na pia kusikiza mafans wetu ile mipango ambayo wanaweza tusuggestia pia. Yeah.
All right. And as a captain, what message, of course, do you have first for your players and for any upcoming youngster footballer mwenye ako na dream, passion, looking for a team, but at the same time pia anajiuliza that big question, what is it in for me? How can you advise those people?
Let me start with our players. For our players, what I can tell you is we can still do it, and we shall do it. That vision 2030, as the CEO said, we shall achieve it. So you only need to be dedicated, and we have passion for this football, and everything will be all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have actually run out of time, but 30 seconds each for your closing remarks. Let me begin with you.
Thank you very much. So let me first thank you for having us here. And this is my clarion call to every football stakeholder. When you are a fan of a team, let's support it fully. This is not only focused for megastars alone. Fans wa ball huku nje, if you are supporting a team, simama nayo, isikuwe tu ati ni kwa mdomo peke yake. So I'm rallying all football stakeholders. Let's be the ambassadors of our soccer team. It's also my prayer to the FKF President, Hussein Mohammed, that this league is very, very costly. We pay a lot of money for referees. So it's my prayer that things be done in a way that such costs, we can see how they can be, at least tupunguze vitu kadhaa. Tulipa 21,000 kujoin league. Tuko teams over 140 in regional league. I think that's a lot of money, and yet we still cover other expenses. So it's my prayer that the federation tries to look on how such things zinaweza punguzwa hizo fees
kidogo tu. Yeah. I know tunafunga. You pay referees to officiate your matches?
Yeah, every match we pay 1,500 for every match. Yeah, but before league ianze tunakuwa tumelipa 21,000 pesa ya ku register.
For your 21,000 ya kufanya? I
think we just told is affiliation fees and registration fees. Yeah. So after that, then every game nalipa 1,500
for referees.
Yeah.
All right. Quick one.
To my fellow players, if you get an opportunity to play for a team somewhere, just show dedication and be disciplined as a player. You'll reach where you want. Yeah, and then to the FKF, what I can say is that I think they should check on officiating, because I think we have one of the poorest officiating in this regional league. More so when you're going away, or even sometimes at home, So I really don't know what's now happening with our referees, but they really need to check on that. Officiating is a major problem kwa hizi ligi zetu.
Wana favor?
Sometimes unaweza enda away ucheze game mwenyewe ufeel hapa ref kidogo hajakuwa fair. I remember there's a time we played second half a game 1 hour second half, and we didn't have any serious injury that caused stoppage, so I think they should work on that.
1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour
second half.
And I think it's only because of the darkness ndio ref akasema acha saisha juu imeisha draw ni kama hapa. So that officiating they should surely check on it.
All right. Yeah. The street soccer. Wow. Anyway, so that is a clerical call from captain and of course Mr. Chairman, just to the Football Kenya Federation leadership. First of all, 21,000. And then on top of it, in every match you play, you pay for referee. Now referee, ni kama wako na double standards. Well, I think that one should be checked to make sure like even as you pay, you get value for your money. And why should you pay 21,000 and tena ukuje ulipe referee? So that is something that should be looked into to make sure like these upcoming clubs haikuwi suppressed because 21 is quite a lot of money if you ask me. Huge amount of money. 25, wow, something must be done indeed. Alright, so this has been quite amazing discussion with my guests. Now I can say Okello, Eugene Okello, chairman, and of course bado nilitoka Nelson Shikote. Alright, Nelson Shikote, captain Mega Star FC. Wametupatia vision, pia wametuchallenge ikitu ni possible and we can do it, and that is the message that I want to leave it to you guys. It has been quite amazing. Let's hope to do this next time, same place, same time, and I'll be here to send your message and of course listen to your story. And thank you so much guys for coming. Until next time, you have a lovely weekend and enjoy the rest.